Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. We're continuing left off of trying to get forcibly teleported back to our planet, which apparently is like a Fallout post-apocalyptic world. And, I don't know, the limp-horned scientist and, I don't know, this is apparently sabotaged the portal device. And we're just getting... Oh, hang on. Why is the music so loud? There we go. But yeah, we're continuing left off of it. Just going from there. I don't know what's going to happen. We just had to keep on going and going with our seductive dragon dates. But either way. And then also, of course, daily plugin. You should check out my Discord channel if you've not already. It's a place full of chaos, but also not chaos, quiet. It's a nice balanced server in my opinion, where it can get chaotic, but it's also wholesome. It's funny, nice people. You get the drill. So funny people to meet. It's an interesting community. It's not too hectic. If you're shy, if you're an extrovert, introvert, furry, non-furry, I'm looking for a community that basically can welcome anyone. And just as long as you're not like just crazy, just don't go crazy or treat the community like it's playground. That's basically my rules. Besides the other rules, there's lots of rules, but so everyone gets along. Okay. Anyways. I'm full of energy today. It's probably visible. Yeah, we're just gonna get into the game. I made my way back to the portal and arrived shortly after Bryce and Sebastian. Well, I can confirm that it's not turning on. I told you that already. Just wanted to be sure. You really think it would still work with a chunk ripped out of it? Hey, I'm not an engineer. We don't know how the portal works. It was worth another try. There you are, Neco. What do you make of this? I'm afraid I don't know any more than you do. I'm not an engineer either. In that case, we should start thinking about the who and when. You're not going to blame the other human again, Reza, are you? I thought also, was I pronouncing the name wrong and I thought it was like Ryza, just not Riza? Like Frieza, haha, from Dragon Ball Z. But I'm just going to keep going Reza, whatever. There are patrols assigned to the portal and surrounding area day and night. So what happened to them? Did they get Epsteined? Did they just turn around and fall asleep at the right time and then the computer components off and offed themselves when all the security cameras were off? Am I going to get demonetized for bringing up the word Epstein? I don't know, man. Energetic Neco, right? Anyway, jokes aside, Epstein didn't kill himself. There are patrols assigned to the portal and surrounding area day and night, but they still managed to break it. I mean, it's an accurate joke in comparison. If someone were to tamper with the portal, they must have seen something. Today's day patrol didn't notice anything unusual, though. They're paid off. So find out and give me the names of who's doing the patrols so I can find out who's probably compromised, okay? I guess you just missed the part about the portal being vandalized. It'd be easy to overlook. It's a small part of the machine. What do you mean it's easy to overlook? You're overlooking this case by saying it's easy to overlook. Fuck you. It's a small part of the machine, and it's not like she was expected to check every square inch of it with each lap around the area. Excuse me, it's an entire computer panel, like a side wall of this bright white machine. Wait, let's go back. Hang on, we'll save it here just so I don't lose my spot. But yeah, we're not doing this. We can't go back. But you guys know what I mean by saying it's like, how do you miss like a panel that's ripped open? If it's like a white machine, right? A white machine, it's like if someone were wearing a white t-shirt and there's a hole in the shirt, the hole would stand out. No? So why the fuck are they saying, oh, come on, they didn't look at every square inch? Bitch, they're not talking about like a little piece of fucking, like, where's my mouse cursor? Wait. Alright, wait. It'd be, I already read this part, but you gotta, I was going back and forth actually and re-going through my loading to figure out if I could check and see, what was it? I was trying to go back, say for instance, to see what the white panel would have looked like, but couldn't because the my OBS actually wasn't recording properly, and if I didn't notice after 5 minutes of recording that my OBS wasn't actually recording footage, it was like on this screen, it looked like this. My OBS looked like this, I shit you not. And it didn't move. There was no characters on the screen. I was like, wait, what? Oh god, imagine if I played for an hour and didn't notice like the screen wasn't changing and the recording was just this still image for like an hour. Thank god I spotted that. But yeah, let's get back into the game. Yeah. Apparently they started asking, wait. There. It'd be easy to overlook its small part. I call bullshit, and I ranted for a lot. It should be fine. Editing should be a little wonky right in this spot, but I'm gonna piece together and make the footage work somehow, so I don't have to repeat the dialogue and commentary. So what about the night patrol then? When I went over the reports this morning, I noticed the night patrol hadn't handed theirs in yet, so it's delayed. And who was patrolling last night? Exactly. Find out who was doing it so we can accuse who's compromised. Let me think for a minute. Get every person who's patrolling this, because if there's a person who missed it, I'm going to call bullshit. Because again, this whole white panel thing, and with a shirt with a hole is easy to spot. Humans see irregularities. Our eyes pick that shit up. It's like, when you think of like, our eyes are like that of a hawk, or any predator creature, right? A hawk, or eagle, or birds of prey, or like an owl, they keep their heads very still for a specific purpose. At least one of the purposes, you could say, is so that when something moves in their vision, it's not from their own head, it's from prey, like a little mouse moving in a tree, or another bird that wiggles a branch. It will see that branch wiggling like a kilometer away. Similarly, dragons or humans are prone to spotting out things that stick out. But sorry, the control panel being open and shit and wires yanked out and not even closed in what was definitely a rushed rip and tear moment, it'd be impossible not to see that. So I'm saying someone's compromised. So screw you guys if you say the opposite. The schedule always goes in a certain order, so last night would have been... Damn. What is it? The night patrol for last night? The night patrol for last night would have been Maverick. Oh. I got wrapped up in all of the recent chaos and forgot to find a replacement for him when he went on sick leave. Bruh. Okay, so it's all on this dude. Maybe Amara was right to take me off the case. So there was no night guard here at all. Ah. Okay, so you still don't have to worry about compromise, it's just... there was no night guard. And no one asked him. Bryce just sort of has to shoulder all that responsibility, I guess, because no other cop is like, hey, boss, where's the night guard? Who's going to do it? You just made Maverick quit. No one brought it up. It's just like Bryce has to only think about it. He's a good cop, this one, but I guess he doesn't think of these ideas to help him out. But that's right. Whoever it was had an easy time doing whatever they wanted. No witnesses either. Could it have been Maverick? If he knew no one was going to be here, he could have used that knowledge to his advantage. Nah, that's not in his character. He couldn't have known that I'd forget to find a replacement, though. I don't usually slip up like this. What about Reza? Why would he have done it? He'd be cutting off his only way out. No, he'd be doing something smart. If he has the part needed to get the portal working again, he's in control of who gets to use it. He's cutting off our ability to communicate with mankind. I mean, why would you need to communicate with mankind? It's not like you're going to get threatened of being bombed if you don't communicate in time, right? We wouldn't be able to inform them of Reza's actions. That can wait. You just kill him or find him first, whatever. Maybe we shouldn't have kept the investigation secret for this long. Nah. If your theory is true, that would prove that Reza's actions are his own, not humanity's. Hey, I already trust you on that. Or it's a stunt to grant humanity plausible deniability. No way, things are too dire for the humans to take such an extraordinary risk, especially for that. I'm sure that wouldn't be the only reason they'd benefit, though. There must be something we're not aware of. And Bryce knows our human history now, so he knows the urgency of why we'd have no reason to screw him, especially when this place has luscious grass and isn't, post-apocalyptic. I wouldn't think our main character's lying about that either, but I'm sure that wouldn't be the only reason they'd benefit. There must be something we're not aware of. Maybe we're looking at this from the wrong angle. If no one was here to guard the portal, anyone could have broken it. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with Reza or Maverick. Wow, holy shit, he's finally clicking in. Holy crap. I've been complaining about this last episode. Now he's like, wait, maybe there's other people responsible. There's other criminals on this dragon planet? Whoa, other than Reza? Shit. Imagine that. Seriously, finally. It doesn't necessarily have to be have anything to do with Reza or Maverick. Thank fucking God they finally clued in. Jesus. But they still have the greatest motives. Yes, that's fine. And also Vroom. Sure, but they definitely aren't the only ones to have one. There could be private groups who are interested in the technology or its significance as a human artifact. Yes. So that puts us exactly nowhere. Exactly! That's why just blaming the main culprit is just stupid, and it pissed me off last episode. But they finally understood. It took them long enough. At least as far as speculation is concerned, it's about time for forensics to show up. Anyway, forensics. Is Anna going to show up? Let's hope they can pull some clues from all this. Sebastian, can you take it from here? You've been just as dedicated to the case as I have. Since I'll have to be at the minister's side for a while, I'd like to have you take charge of the investigation for now. Thanks, Chief. I won't let you down. And then another douchebag. Except I don't think that's a motorcycle. It's just douchebags driving cars and douchebags driving motorcycles. And since it's September, that means college and university students are now in full force, and that means more douchebags in my area. And it gets worse every year, apparently. Fun. Well, that's enough complaining. I'm not going to rant about it. Don't worry. What's up with that anyway? Being appointed as Amara's bodyguard as a punishment just seems strange to me. It's definitely to keep Bryce close. It's like, I see it as Amara doing the whole keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I'm imagining it's something like that. Because it's clear they want Bryce handicapped so he can't do his job. Maverick, similarly, I'd almost argue there's a possibility that someone behind the strings set up Maverick prior so that he wouldn't be healthy and he wouldn't, he'd be out of the case. Because now he's just being a vigilante like Batman kind of thing. I'm assuming people want Bryce and Maverick to stay the fuck away because they're the bigger dragons that I've known so far. Like, if I had to think who's stronger dragons in form, Bryce and Maverick look the chunkiest, right? I'd hope, by that logic, they'd be the most fiercest if you were to think of a dragon 1v1ing if they had to take another down. But it's a visual novel, so we'll see. Are you kidding? I could have lost my job. This is a way better outcome. Honestly, she probably did it for her own sake more than anything else, but I'm not complaining. You're too laid back in these interpretations. You have to think 5D chess like me, and think Emra's an evil person too. You have to think of all the variables, even if they're untrue. If that's all, I'm going to head back to the ministry. I shouldn't keep her waiting. We'll see. So what does that make you now? Temporary chief? Or like case leader? By the way, you won't need to stick around while forensics does their job. Thanks for your help. I assume you can find your way back to your apartment? Yeah, of course. Alright, I'll see you later then. See you. Can we go on our third date already? I considered spending my free time roaming the town, but decided that would be best to keep myself out of the spotlight. After cooking myself a rudimentary meal, I considered picking up another book when the doorbell rang. Who's it? Better not be the cop again. Better be. Oh. It's not one of the dragon girls. Okay. Hey, Neco. Hey, Sebastian. Do you need my help again? We're just a small-town police department, and with Bryce removed from the case, our resources are thinner than ever. I understand, so what do you have for me? First up is the primary witness in the latest murder, the victim's colleague, Anna. Wait, you saying that she's the primary witness? Wait, Anna is a witness? Oh, she's the one who found the body. Oh. A few things have changed. I mean, I wouldn't imagine anyone else would find the body, really. I think there's like only two of them in the building kind of logic. Even though it's not really too logical to have a giant scientific facility, but there being just 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of, it's, you can count the amount of dragons in a single building with one hand kind of thing. And it's kind of weird and unreasonable, but it's like at the same time, obviously they can't just pack an entire universe with 100 plus dragons or 1,000 different looking dragons. A few things have changed since this morning, as we've gotten some additional information from forensics that warrants further questioning. She can be found in the production facility. You seemed interested in that underground building found near the portal. I realized you might actually be able to help us with that. Since it's suspected to be of human origin, your opinion would be greatly appreciated. I guess I should add archaeologist to my resume. Maybe human matters consultant would be more appropriate. Do you really think it's okay for me to tamper with your priceless discoveries? You wouldn't actually go there in person. I just want you to take a look at the collected information in the archives and give us your opinion. Besides, no one is allowed to visit at the moment. The building is old and unstable, and there is a danger of it collapsing or flooding. Obviously, we don't want either of those to happen. Especially it's whether or not that's just a made-up rule to keep others from entering it. What if it's a scientific umbrella corporation kind of lab down there, and they just tell all the normie dragons, hey, don't go in this building, it's this cavern of unknown mystery and human artifacts, it's just so unstable, you just don't risk it, just don't go down there. You know, just fuck off, you know? It's like, I don't trust that. I gotta see it for myself to know if it's true or not. I don't believe things unless I see it for my own eyes. That's the kind of person I am. So it just makes it so I see things and can come to my own observations. Besides, no one is allowed to visit, flooding. The whole building is underground, and we've determined that there is a rather large pocket of water surrounding it. Any kind of disturbance could endanger everything and everyone inside. There's a really large pocket of water surrounding it. You just could build the underground facility and you never had issues originally, but then the water became an issue later on? I don't know. I don't know, Earth does funky things, whatever. We won't worry too hard about it. We also located another witness for the latest murder. Wait, another witness. A store clerk reported seeing and hearing something, so it's probably worth it to ask him a few questions. With the store clerk and maybe it's the same guy from... but the prescription medication place. Here are all the details. Visit me at the department once you're done. Sure thing. It was interesting that they still relied on me for their investigation. Even after they tried to send me back to my world, I didn't expect them to allow me to help with police matters after everything had just happened. I guess I got a good word in for it, because it's like, if I had... I mean, even if I had a shitty relationship with all the dragons and I was like really antagonistic, I wouldn't be able to get sent away, but would they trust me with investigations? Probably not. So they'd probably, at this point, if I was a giant douche, I'd probably be like, okay, let's roam around, maybe. I don't know what kind of game universe changes depending on my actions I take. I'll have to figure that out later. Advantages of me... Okay, wait. Now that the possibility of sending me back was eliminated, the advantages of having me on their side apparently outweighed the risks. Though I had to wonder who would have to be more careful from now on. Okay. Not sure what I'm curious about most. There hasn't been a lot of, multi-choice issues of me being like, oh no, what does this person say and that person? It's been very linear recently, so I can't really complain. At this point, it might start deviating, so we'll see. Production facility. Production of what? Oh, yeah, but let's talk to Anna. Oh, what the hell are you doing here? It's the night out. Hey, Neco. Oh wait, isn't that the weirdo? The delivery weirdo? Not just the... I don't know how old they are. I just remember them being weird and pushy, right? Lorem. Yep. Did you get a chance to think about what I told you? I forgot what you said. It's been it's been a month? I don't know. Don't worry, I didn't lose your number. They keep me pretty busy, so I don't really have much free time. Well, if anything changes, give me a call. This stupid person better not be, like, responsible, and, like, I'd have to annoyingly chat with them to get the true ending kind of thing. I will. I gotta go now. Why were you here? You too. Wait, let me see if it's an important thing that makes it so my theory has more logic. If I visit anywhere, does he show up? Let me find out. Does he just show up? I was on my way to the police station when a voice called out to me. Hey, you. I'm talking to you, human. Oh. Old Durgan. In a ice cream cart? Oh shit, Grandpa Dragon. He's a little more wrinkly than even in that still image. Diagonally moving still image. Well, can I help you? I certainly hope so. I'm in a little conundrum here. My cart seems to be stuck. I can see that. I'm Katsuharu, by the way. A local... Bro, I was right about the ice cream? It could have been anything. It could have been hot dogs. It could have been kebabs. It could have been hot dogs. It could have been salad. But it was actually ice cream. Neco, you've probably heard of me by now. Of course, of course. In any case, do you think you can spare some time to help me out? It might take a while, though, so I hope you're not in a rush. I am kind of busy, but this feels like one of those important scenarios that you wouldn't expect to be important, but definitely is, so I'll help you. You're an old-timer. Thank you. Now I already tried just pulling it out, but I think the axle is going to break if I try to do it again. It wasn't really in the best condition to begin with, honestly, and I heard a crack when I tried to pull it out earlier. So what do you want me to do? The cart is pretty heavy, so I'll be the one lifting it and holding the wheels steady so the axle doesn't break. Once I give you the sign, you start pulling, and hopefully that'll do the trick. It's like stuck in the mud, I see. Grab the handles and wait for my signal. By the time I had gotten into position, Katsuharu was already on the other side of the cart, getting dirty as he slowly lifted the affected corner of the cart out of the muddy hole. Is that your sign? Is that your sign? Should I start pulling now? Do it now! I started pulling the cart. Wait, I started pulling, but the cart turned out to be much heavier than I expected and didn't move. What are you waiting for? Do it already! I pulled harder, but the cart still refused to budge. I mustered all my strength before I pulled as hard as I possibly could. Yes, do it! Slowly the cart started moving, and after a few seconds it was freed from the perilous clutches of the muddy puddle. With a dull thud, the dragon set the cart down again before he flopped on the ground exhausted. Wheeze, wheeze. Huff, puff. Hey, we did it. Yeah, good job. It'd be funny if he just, like, dies right here from, like, overexertion. Just imagine, like, oh man, these murder mysteries are really screwing me over. Oh man, it's like, I'm gonna help this old man dragon now. I'm gonna do something wholesome, okay? Oh, thank you for the help, young man. My heart! And he just dies on the spot, and then the police are like, Neco, why is everyone dying around you? I could just see like the expression on the main character's face. The old man dragon just dies in front of him, just like. What kind of thoughts they'd have. It'd be funny. Do you want me to call you some help? No, just need some rest. And maybe some ice cream. Yes, I'll have some ice cream, and I'll be better in no time. That must be some pretty good ice cream. What flavors do you got? Oh, you have no idea. You must have already heard people talking about my wonderful, unique ice cream experience. Yes. Actually, no, don't admit it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Why is there no multi choices anymore? In these circumstances, it'd be the kind of thing where the game would be like, oh yes, I've heard of it, and no, I haven't heard of it, you stupid old man, and not really. Like, there's always the antagonistic, nice, and then neutral or stupid, I don't know. But, again, it's more linear. Not complaining, though. I don't like thinking about variables and variables and variables and variables. I hate it. Where are my manners? I haven't even properly thanked you yet. Thank me with ice cream. It's no problem. No, I insist. I won't be indebted to you for helping me. What are you planning? Why the ... I don't trust that, but okay. What are you planning? Old man starts fucking, like, smiling at me all creepily, zoomed in. Don't do it, old man. You are hereby invited to join me for ice cream. As an ambassador, you owe it to yourself and humanity to try it. Maybe I do. Well, I must get going for now. Here's my number. I'll get you that ice cream some other time. Thanks. You helped Katsuharu. Altruist. I think it'd be important to help this guy, honestly. I wouldn't think he'd be a side character. That'd be... Wait, but... Wait. Before deciding my next move, I returned to my apartment for a moment of rest. A small piece of paper had slipped under my door while I was gone. Don't go to the portal, was all it said. I considered the possibility of a hidden message, but that was unlikely. The statement was blunt and quickly sprawled. I'll assume Reza, probably. Not Maverick. The masked person or Reza would be the kind of people that would write that. Or one of the dragons that are in on it but can't reveal themselves. Someone clearly didn't want me to go to the portal, but... Wow, really? But why would I go there in the first place, as it was out of order right now? Such an action would serve no purpose. I really wouldn't think the bad people would need to fuck with it more, so... I looked outside the window at the portal's faint silhouette in the distance. The paper rustled between my fingers as I fidgeted with it, wondering about the message's sender and significance. My train of thought was violently interrupted by a sharp burst of gunfire echoing from the portal. Okay, more likely Reza now. I had to think fast. The gunshots ensured Reza's involvement. He was at the portal. The question was why. If this was his attempt to flee back to the human world, he would receive a rather unpleasant surprise the moment he would try to use the portal. Or maybe Sebastian's theory was correct and Reza held the part needed to repair the portal, in which case his escape could be imminent. The gunshots themselves were another question. Was someone trying to stop him? The police patrol may have seen him, and he may have been taken by surprise. This could be another murder in progress. But all of his murders were committed with a sharp weapon before, not a gun. That's what I'm saying. He's not gonna fucking switch and try to use a knife on a goddamn dragon. That's stupid. No human would do that. So I'm not ever going to consider the fact that Reza would use a sharp weapon. That's stupid. Like, all he could do is kill, what, a baby dragon? I don't know. Even a baby dragon probably kill you, depending on size, but... Besides, it was only early evening, and the town was still bustling. If Reza wanted to stay hidden, he was doing a rather poor job at it. Of course, there was also the possibility that he wanted to be heard, but who would he want to attract? Like, there's a lot of thinking. It's just, run or not. The police maverick could easily be a trap for those hunting him, and that technically included me, though I wasn't sure if he knew of my involvement in the investigation. It was also a very real possibility that he knew my apartment was close enough to the portal to hear a gunshot. Could be a signal for me. Regardless, the words I held in my hand were unmistakable. Don't go to the portal. What should I do? Ah, man. Wait, also, I gotta remind myself, why did I... This save here. Okay. No, but... Wait, this is load, making sure. But if I... The production facility, but that means I didn't go to the production facility, or the police archives, or the store. And just, like, some serious shit happened instead. I didn't get any actual, like, investigative progress done. For me, I think, like, story trope-wise, my thinking is that the old man would have knowledge or information that would prove useful later on, and it's a good thing that I get his number. The problem is, though, he gives me his number to talk to him, but I'm going to still concentrate on basically going on the dates. And the dates aren't really serious, because they don't get to the bottom of it. Like, probably the only way to get to get everything completely done, or the best ending, may as well be if we just focus completely on being an investigative type, and we only go to the places that may relate to finding people that could help in the future, kind of thing. I don't know if Hatsuharu would be the kind of person that would help later on. Being he's old, we don't know what his occupation was. Like, maybe he was the past mayor, retired and became, the ice cream person. What if he was the person that was in the job in the ministry before Emira took over, kind of thing? More than likely true. I'm just saying that as a blind let's play kind of walkthrough, that those kind of things is what I am thinking about right now. But the fact that we didn't go to, wait, we visited the store, right? No, we didn't even, like, since there's gunfire, it's like, we can only visit one place. And the police archives, was it the police archives? Okay, so the police archives, no, I'm busy. That can't be helped then, sorry. Don't worry about it, there'll be someone else along soon, I'm sure. What if he dies? I want to know what happens if I reject him, just to see what I can learn. Whoa, a dragoness! When I arrived at the station, I was met by the police archivist, a dragoness who introduced her as Calanth. Oh, smooth. And 4 horns. Calanth. But no, I want to find out then, if I ignore the old man, do I get a better sense of progress? Because I want the best feeling of progress, according to my brain, to be how I play this game first. Because once you play the game all the way through, its information is power. It's the same thing with Fear and Hunger and Dark Souls and everything else. So it's best that I play the most organic and most genuine I can do based on my own hypothesis and my own theories, kind of thing. With that said and done, I need some coffee, as I've been talking for more than an hour, and I'm getting thirsty. You're in luck, Neco. Bryce compiled all the case files a while ago. Ever since you came to our world, he seems to be a lot more interested in these human mysteries. I wonder if it has something to do with you. Oh, whoops. You're in luck, Neco. Bryce compiled all the case files a while ago. Ever since you came to our world, he seems to be a lot more interested in these human mysteries. I wonder if it has something to do with you. Anyway, you can find all the files here. I'll leave the rest to you. Stay a while, maybe. Damn. Study the blueprint of the underground. Okay, read the structural damage report. Okay, here we go. That should do it. I wasn't sure when Bryce was going to be in office again, but when he returned, he would definitely notice this. You pranked Bryce. My condolences. If it was a whoopee cushion, I wouldn't mind. Well, what kind of prank? Is it like an anvil over top of a door that falls on his head when he opens his door? I don't know. They don't tell me. Bryce is the kind of person with a sense of humor, so I wouldn't worry about it being negative, but still. The structural damage report. Is the damage report bullshit like I was also theorizing? According to the report, the investigation of the building was halted due to the acute danger of its collapse and the damage that the surrounding water could cause. Since the building had unknown historical and technological value, there was a plan in place to drain the water pockets. I was actually thinking about that too. I was like, why, if there's water as a problem, why don't they just drain the water and put it somewhere else? Now, the legal permissions had not yet gone through, however, and it would take some time for the equipment to arrive. For now, the building was stable as long as it remained undisturbed, but for obvious reasons, no one was allowed to enter. There were patrols guarding it day and night. Them saying patrols doesn't mean shit to me, especially... well, who knows? Look at the time, I better wrap it up here. What? Wow, okay, so I have barely any time to check anything. It really, 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 really matters what you do or don't do. Okay. Looking at the damage report basically went, yes, there is damage. So, I didn't learn anything. When I helped the old man, I got a phone number though, and we got acquainted with the old man so he knows us, which is probably important. So helping the old man in his ice cream truck is the most important thing right now, in my opinion. No. We'll play a prank and rummage through... Let's rummage through the trash. Here goes nothing. Let's do it. Oh, what's this? It's a flat base with a circular indent on top. Wait. It's a flat base with a circular indent at the top. Where have I seen this before? Oh, right, it's an Axoman sphere. Ah, look at the... Didn't I find a part to that before? Is something is that like... I can't ask people a question because it could be heavy spoilers, but it's like... You know what? Just in case... Wait, quick and auto. I will probably just save over this. Like, this is... Save one is... If I have important saves, you know what? I'll put them in, like, the first page from now on. I think one of these is important, too, but... After weeks goes by, you know, it's like, do you expect me to actually remember which one's important? I should always be on page 1. Otherwise, this seems important. Getting the parts to that. Wait, which one? Police archives, kind of busy. If I don't play a prank, I'll study the blueprint. Let's see if we can learn something instead. The blueprint of the building caught my attention. Apparently it had been found during their cursory investigation within the building itself. At first glance, nothing about it stood out to me, but the more I studied it, the more the facts revealed themselves. Both of the entrances were freed and accessible by the people in charge. One was through a tunnel in the vicinity of the portal. A tunnel in the vicinity of the portal. That's important to know. And the other through a dig that cut through the town's sewer system. The sewer system... Wait. Bryce said Skull didn't know... Oh. The hatch. One was through the tunnel in the vicinity, which definitely means people can sneak in and out quickly, which is, you know, it kind of would be important to know this beforehand, that there's a secret tunnel near the portal. You know, they just leave these facts out of the conversation, but okay. And a dig through the sewer system, meaning the hatch is another way for people to get from point A to point B secretly. And these people don't have the hatch guarded, or the sewer system also guarded, likely. So likely it basically probably is some giant underground umbrella corporation fucking lab that just interconnectedly goes through the sewers, goes through the hatch, goes near the portal, and goes underneath the ministry. It's a lot of information, but this is important information 100%. And Bryce had scrawled a note near the second entry. It simply said access via hatch, and that's where we found the bloodied cloth. Button, counterclockwise. There we go. Exactly. But would this be, do we go back to that area where the hatch is, or is this something for us to write down for future playthroughs? That's what I need to know. Is this note relevant when I already have the cloth, or is the cloth what's needed and this is just the hint? Or is my character reading this and learning something that's relevant later? I don't know. Depends on scripts, so I don't know. Furthermore, the data in the corner of the blueprint listed the structure as an independent living research unit. Independent living and research unit. So meaning people probably would misread this and say, wait, independent living, just the whole research unit building itself is alive? No, I mean, it means people can actually survive there. Like, there should be a greenhouse, probably. Like, things that you can actually isolate yourself and survive there. So a person could be living there the entire time, like a masked human, possibly, and just have fucked off and never just, came to the surface. Independent living and research area. Well, someone could be living there. And the water could be like an underground moat protecting it. Basically. What if the water was intentional? What if the water was like I said, an underwater moat to protect the castle? We don't know. Most interestingly, I recognize the name of the company that was listed. They were a well-established super company before our world's collapse. Bro, there's a company that intermingles both areas depending on timeline. Like, I don't know if it's parallel universe or timeline. I don't know what the portal does, and they aren't specific with that as well. A well-established super company known for their advances in scientific fields and otherwise through the use of legal loopholes and gray markets. They were very successful at what they did. Please don't tell me it's like Pfizer or something. Please don't demonetize me for mentioning that word too. Their facilities subverted the laws and ethical issues by being in areas where such concerns were non-existent, or could be made non-existent by paying off the right individuals. Man, that's getting political. Naturally, the products and applications of their research was usually fair game to be used and sold worldwide. They're only one of the companies involved in the championing the teleportation technology that was about to take off on a grand scale before the solar flare changed everything. Of course, there were public worries regarding the untested long-term consequences of utilizing black holes in such technology. It was outlawed in certain countries due to these concerns, but lobbies in the private sector drove many of them to accept the tech, in light of the boundless advantages offered. They were also big in medical, security, and weaponry fields, of course. Their vast knowledge and close cooperation of their individual departments enabled them to make many breakthroughs. It seemed like they could do anything they set out to do. The nanomachines, son, that became commonplace before the fall were, of course, also their product. No one was surprised that the tech failed under the radiation of the ion storm. Had the company behind it been more concerned about safety rather than profits, perhaps fewer lives would have been lost. I mean, that's theorizing here that it's like that you could invent a nanomachine technology. Like I can't remember if I ranted about it, about nano-weave technology that acts as a absorbent, like a machine that protects machines through absorbency, even at a self-sacrifice kind of thing. I could theorize that, honestly, as a non-scientist, being more theoretically logical than, fabrics, like real fabrics kind of shit. I don't know. Or rubber. But yeah, profits. Even though they weren't perfect, nanomachines had still increased the quality of life for many people. It was a new way of treating medical conditions, some of which had been previously untreatable. They were also widely used for their performance-enhancing properties. Enlarge your something now. For both day-to-day activities and to assist with dangerous jobs. I wonder if there'll be a nanomachine Viagra. Beyond that, the company had even branched into genetic engineering. Human hereditary diseases were becoming a thing of the past as they developed techniques to alter human life to its core. Could they develop techniques to alter human life into a dragon? Ultimately, they had a hand in influencing every area of life on the global scale. It was unknown who was truly calling the shots, as their network of companies and names was vast. It was only one of their many ways to ensure their continued existence and avoid liability. Like, it wouldn't shock me then if this said company had an employee that went through the portal without people knowing, because they had their own portal, or their portal technology was micro-sized and put in this lab, and they escaped from their shit planet to continue the research. Those kind of variables also exist. It was only one of the many ways to ensure their continued existence and avoid liability where they had been outlawed. Or, wait. Maybe just say if, but whatever. Where they... That sentence structure is weird. If they had been outlawed or their operations shut down, new companies with suspiciously similar products appeared practically overnight. However, no matter how big their empire was and how well they skirted the lines, they ultimately collapsed just like the rest of the world. My god, how much more reading! That being said, how did this building make its way into the Dragon's world? An employee probably escaped and continued the research. Makes the most sense if things are built by humans, and there has to be humans who were here before, but just depends on other things. Did humans develop the technology to prolong their lives? And it's just unheard of here, but there's a person that's 200 years old and it's not unheard of because of advanced technology that we don't know about because the game doesn't tell about how advanced technology they have until specific points in the story. But who knows? As I pondered this, a dean's request came to mind. I used Bryce's machine to make a copy of the map for her. Bryce probably wouldn't approve of me giving evidence to civilians, but I was sure he would never even realize it. Acquired a map for now. That's also important. Oh, and we can play a prank. But maybe... Hang on. Wait. If I don't play a prank, I can do two things. Okay. Why would it be in the trash, though? I still want to know if it's... It's probably important. Like, if we go through the lab, maybe it'll use those fucking rods and whatever. Axiom spheres or whatever the fuck they call it. Maybe it'd be important for the lab, because... my brain's brainstorming a lot of variables right now, and it's hurting. Structural damage is likely unimportant, so rummage through the trash. We got a blueprint, and... Wait. Look at... Wait. Nothing there? The only variable I can think of is the game does use the aspect of time. And when I find an item, it is actually permanently in my inventory. So if I play the game a second time, I don't think that bloodied cloth might be in the sewers, for instance. Let me retry one thing just to verify then. Because... No, not the store! Police archives. No. Rummage through the trash. There's nothing. I don't have to rummage through it, and I already have it then. And I don't have to rummage it again, but in prior playthroughs, there's only two choices, and you can rummage through the trash and do something else. But now that I've rummaged through the trash and I still have the item, I don't need to rummage through the trash, meaning I technically have 3 choices, but one of the choices is eliminated because I don't need to rummage through the trash. So in this pathway, we can get a blueprint, which is important. Wait. No, wait. Wait. Let's verify another thing. No, wait, that's... I want to know if I need to get the blueprint again or not. Let's figure that out too. Well, we're learning. Oh, God, not that. No. Blueprint. Do I still acquire it and it's temporary or not? Do I just have it now? It doesn't retell me that I acquired it. So is the inventory permanent? It's a question I'm not asking people because it would be spoilers, but... God damn it. Maybe it's like, now that I have the map, and this structural report is, well, frankly, useless. I want to know, does that mean it's... I have to see Adine and see if I can give her the map, even if we don't go back to the police archives. I want to know if the inventory is permanent. If it is permanent and they just don't tell you, that's just another hypothetical here, another variable, because we can prove it before reaching into the end game. If we avoid the police store and then meet the old man instead, because meeting people and getting their phone number, I think, would be more of the permanent thing. But you know what? We're going to have to maybe leave it there. I've been thinking and rambling. There's just so many things I need to do. But I need to figure out if I have the blueprint, even if I don't go to the police archives. Like, what if I permanently have a copy of it and the Axiom thing? Because it says there's nothing in the trash. So that like, it's prime evidence to suggest that there are permanent items that once removed, it's removed, or once acquired, it's acquired, even if you technically haven't been there yet. It really makes you... It really does play on the theme that there's likely something about time travel. That the portal gimmick isn't a portal to a parallel universe where the place is dragons. It's time travel. It's just in the future, likely, when all the humans died and then dragons took over, and these are just remnants of buildings that somehow didn't become, you know, The Last of Us, grass and moss covered and forest covered. Like, I don't know, they somehow kept the houses clean. Some kind of like loophole you're not supposed to think about, but we'll find out eventually. I could be right on the mark because I think about a lot of variables, and I will find the damn right variable eventually. I'm gonna leave it here though, because it's a pivotal point where it's like I don't need to visit police archives. I have the blueprint. I have the old man's phone number, possibly. We'll check that, because I'm sure we'll see. I'll help. Ice cream. Here's my number. I'm pretty sure the only way I'd be able to get his number... I wish I could find out. Like, if later on, do I still have the old man's phone number, even if I don't meet him? Likely they'll talk to us like we've never met them, if we don't go down that pathway, obviously. But we might still have... Well, I mean, if I had the phone number and called them, but I don't know how I got their phone number, that would be quite the time paradox as well, if that theory were true. But that's why I want to figure out whether or not going to the store... the production facility too, because we get to talk to Anna, and I also haven't done that. Yeah. I didn't even call you about the tests yet. Wait. The tests. Is that so? So we still have to talk to Anna, which might have a lot of information. It might have no information. We have to figure out which pathway gives us the most information and go with that. And whether or not the items I collected in a different pathway are permanent or not. So that's things I'll have to be thinking about, unfortunately. But I'll leave it there, because there's a lot of things I'm thinking about. And it's pivotal that I have that save file, so then when I do go ahead in time, if I still have the blueprint, then I will want to go back to this part and then do a different place. Or it's like, the police archives is done, basically, by this time travel logic of maybe permanent items. If true, and I don't want people telling me what is and isn't true because I don't want to be spoiled, then my question is, could I go to the store but still have the police archive items? And what if there's items in the production facility and the store I could also acquire? And what type? The police archives so far to me is the most important, because blueprint and device, which we don't know. The blueprint likely will come to use as long as it doesn't kill the wyvern by giving it to them, because again, it's dangerous, but maybe they'll help us somehow? Don't know. Either way, we'll leave it here. If you enjoyed, and we'll look forward to more. And I don't know, if you have any comments that don't spoil me or backseat drive me, then hey, let me know your thoughts still of this series. And if you've been enjoying, please leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, big muffalo subscriber, and hit the notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.